Hello there everyone and welcome back to another PHP programming tutorial. In the previous video we worked on including statistical information for page viewing, and today we are supposed to do this backup restore and later templates. However, I remembered that there is something important I forgot to do, which is if you go to the uh, which one? What was it? The menu, right? So here, when we replace menu records, we are deleting things and inserting new records. If any error happens in here inside this loop, the previous menu is being removed. To fix this one, we need to do, or we need to have support for transactions. So our DBA class, okay, our DBA class should support transactions, okay? So this is what I am going to do. I will add a support for transactions in here, and later on we will see how we could use that to avoid problems. So first things first, when we open a connection, I will make the object start a transaction right away. So here, this is going to be begin transaction. There you go. I think it should be something like this, right? Oh no, it's not this one. It's connection, right? So the connection arrow begin transaction. There you go. So here we are starting a transaction, and everything else works normal. However, we need later on to do one of two things, either a commit or a rollback. So here I'm gonna create a function. Function. This is gonna be, come on, commit, and all we have to do, I'll just say this arrow connection arrow commit. There you go. Okay, and then as soon as I do a commit, I start another transaction. Okay, so begin transaction, right? Okay, and we create another method that is rollback, which cancels the changes. Rollback, and I begin a new transaction. Now, the result of this is the following. Nothing will be visible right now, but any change I try to do will never work. Okay, so let's test this out. Okay, so localhost content management system /admin. Let me go and say admin123 login. It works. Now let me go to the side menu. Let me add to whatever. I say update in here, and if I go to the side menu, there is nothing. And the reason for this is very simple. I didn't commit the changes, hence nothing gets saved. The commands got executed against the database, but nothing was saved. Okay, so let us just update the other methods to support this. So let's go to the articles here. Okay, so I'm gonna add a very simple trick in here. Whenever I want to insert or update or delete data, I add this flag, commit. Okay, this is a boolean value. If it is true, I execute a commit command at the very end. Okay, so all I have to do, I will say if commit at that point db arrow commit. There you go. Right? So it's very straightforward. Now if a problem happens, I just say db arrow rollback. Okay? Now this is for inserting article. For updating article, same trick. We just add commit, and before I return it true, if I want to commit the changes, then at that point I just say db arrow commit. That's it. If there is any problem, the first thing I do, db arrow roll back. Okay, and yeah, now increase view count, same idea, commit. Now if commit, then db arrow commit. Okay, if there is any problem, db arrow roll back. Now the advantage of this is basically you could, for example, call 5 or 6 or 7 methods that do manipulation to the database without setting the flag here to true, which would result in all the changes being made in the same transaction, and then if all goes well, you'll give it a commit. So you could use multiple parts of the code as one big transaction, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is one of the tricks I use to make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so we have what? Commit, and let's have a look here. And again, if maybe I should actually just copy and paste to make things a little bit faster. There you go. Oops. Okay, so many spaces, whatever. Now all I have to do, db auto roll back, and we save. Okay, let's go. So get doesn't have to do anything, get article doesn't have to do anything, get article blah blah blah, get article blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. Now the log doesn't do anything to the database, the menu does. So here I need to add the commit flag. Now if all these changes got executed correctly, then I do a commit. Otherwise, db arrow rollback. And very straightforward. And yeah, and the insert need another commit. Okay, this automatic indentation. Okay, this is gonna be db arrow rollback, and we save the update, and we have commit, and we do this again, the automatic indentation. Sorry, it's taking a little bit of time. Roll back, there you go. So we have these commits, these rollbacks, this update, and finally this one, commit. We paste in here. db error rollback. You can see, it didn't take us long. This is about what, 40 hours work to create a very simple content management system, and now we are making it more robust by adding support to transactions. Okay, so let's go to sections. Okay, same trick get executed in here. So this one, commit, okay, roll back, oops, and we save. Now this is again commit here, open this one, and what do we have? We just say, come on, we just say again db arrow rollback. And finally the remove commit flag as usual. Okay, oops, db arrow rollback. Yes, very simple, very straightforward. The get sections, we don't need this one. Let's go for users. Okay, what do we have in users? We are loading the information, performing a login. That's it, nothing else, so it doesn't need anything. The vars, and we have set value. For this we need obviously a commit. There we go. So if there is anything here, we do a commit. If there is a problem, we just say db error rollback. Okay, I forgot something important I will do later on, but yeah. So basically, one important thing is that whenever there's an error, we should always roll back, even if we are not updating things, because we might get an exception or something like that, and we don't want the previous changes to be carried out. So you have a transaction somewhere or something like that. So roll back. No. So this one looks great, right? So roll back, that's good. Now for the users, if there's any problem, I just need to say roll back again. All right. Yep. And for the sections, just make sure get section by ID should have a rollback. Awesome. And what do we have also? Get sections also should have a rollback. Awesome. And what also do we have? The remove have rollback, the update, the execute. For the menu, this one need a rollback obviously, and this one obviously also needs that, and the remove, the update, the insert, that looks great. Okay, now the articles is the last one. Okay, we save. And this one also needs one. Good. And this one also needs one. We save here. And get articles, and we save. And the rest already have. Okay, so now whenever there's an exception, there is always a rollback. Okay, and when there's update or insert or delete, there's a flag, which is when set would result in a commit. Okay, so Now let's go to the controls and update the code there. Okay, so basically the plugin marked to us the locations of the problems. Okay, so the first one should be here. Okay, come on. Yeah, so here we are doing what? This is gonna be true. Whenever I want to insert a section, I want to commit the changes. And whenever I want to insert an article, I want to commit the changes, as you can see in here. And what also here do we have? Whenever I want to edit a section, I want to commit the changes. And here, whenever this is also true. Actually, there's a faster way. You just search for open $db, okay, because most of the functions I'm passing the parameters /db. So let's go to the next one. This one's fine. Get article, no problem. Okay, this need to be true again right away. Yeah. Okay, this one also need to be true. And go next. Okay, so we got these values, right? Get menu, and we get these values. Okay, so check this out. Here we are filling multiple variables, so we don't want to commit the changes right away, but rather want to update all these, and then later we will do what? We will commit. So here we will make this false. Okay, if that makes sense to you. And we will also update this one, so this one's also false. Oops. And we will update this false. There you go. And this one false. And this one false. Okay, so the last one, when we do the last one, this one need to be true, so that the changes will get committed, if that makes sense. Okay, and this one, replace the menu records, is going to be true. Okay, and that's it for the admin. Let's go to the views, and we'll do the similar search and increase item view count. I will just say true. There you go. And there's another one. So I think it was here. Yuppie. True. Okay, so there you go. Okay, and I think that's it. Now the site should work as normal as before. Okay, you wouldn't distinguish any changes, but now let me show you. AAA, whatever, update, and uncode undefined begin transaction. DBA 43. What did I do? Where is DBA? Sorry, DBA. What? Okay, let me see. We have object connection. The connection begin transaction that worked without a problem, I suppose. What was it? Wait, did I misspell it? Let me see. Where's 43? Sorry, 43. There you go. Let me just click here. Let me check and compare the spelling. TRA and misspelling. Sorry. Okay, so begin transaction, and this goes here as well, and we save. Okay, so now we got an error So if we press back and refresh the page, okay, so basically the changes are preserved because the commit got executed before starting a new transaction. Okay, so nothing is lost. Anyway, now we could make this 3, whatever, update, and it's gonna work without a problem. I'm gonna cancel this, update. Yeah, manage sections, this should work fine. I could, add a section, whatever, add, and later on I could remove it. So everything now works. The only difference that it is working inside a transaction, and this will give us more control or better control on our code, make us use our different functions together, which simplifies things and make things a little bit more robust. So if the server got resetted or powers down during a bigger transaction, and nothing get corrupted or inconsistent. Okay, so enough talking about these. So you finish these, that's fine. Let me just commit the changes. Okay, so where is to do? Okay, not the to do, the progress, because I didn't do the code for backup restore. I'll do it now. 28. Okay, and added transaction support to what? To our DBA class. Okay, and we save. Go here, let us comment these changes. Okay, awesome. So now we will work on backup restore. Now the idea of backup and restore, there are many ways to do things, right? So the backup restore is usually available in MySQL or MySQL PHP MyAdmin. So if I go to the administrator, let me just show you. Come on. Okay, so I will select this one. Now, obviously, the best way to have a backup for your system is to use the wizard or the tool available. And in this case, you could actually export the data. Let me show you this. So I press export, and how do you want to export the data? Quick. Okay, so this will show the least amount of information, and it could allow you to get the data as JSON, SQL, PHP array, whatever you want. So in this example, I'm gonna mark it as SQL and press go. Okay, and basically we got something downloaded here. I will open the file just to show you what it has. Okay, so now this is open Visual Studio Code directly, and you can see this contains all of our information. So these are the articles we already created, as you can see, and the menu, blah blah blah. Okay, and all the other fields and all the other values. Very straightforward. Yeah. However, in very few cases, you don't want the end user to have access to the database right away. So you want to implement the backup manually. You want to implement the backup so that from within your application you could generate a backup file, or maybe later on restore it for some reason. So let's work on, let's understand how we are going to do that. Well, basically, we have to first write the tables. Okay, so And in addition to that, we need to also uh, write files, right? Append text to files, for example. Okay, so let me open this one. Where is not to do? Let me write a simple new file. I will call it tmp.txt. Okay, and this file will be used just to explain idea. So basically, first we need to write all tables. Okay, obviously the backup is basically writing all tables to in a file. Now what does that consist of? Well, we should uh, we should do what first? Write number of rows, okay, and then loop over the rows, and then we should what? We should write the uh, row to disk, right? This is very straightforward. Now, regarding this step, which is writing the row to disk, what does it entitle us to do? Well, we should first uh, basically indicate a row is being written, okay, and to specify loop over the fields, and later on write the fields into the disk. Okay, does that make sense? I think it makes sense. It's very straightforward. So basically, and by the way, since we don't know how many fields there are, we need to actually in here write number of fields in a row. Okay, so I mean this is something very simple. Okay, so we will work based on this. Okay, so let's create a function for generating backup. Okay, so we will go and create a file here. Okay, or actually, you know what? Yeah, let's create a file here. So I create a file. I call it backup.php. Now, so class PHP. Okay, so here we have public class backup. Okay, there you go. And we have public static perform backup. Okay, static function. Okay, sorry. So obviously I forgot to do the includes, right? So include once is going to be dba.php semicolon, and the parameter I receive in here is basically db. Okay, now so the thing we want to do is to loop on all our tables and write them down. Okay, so first of all we are going to write the file, the backup file, into inside the log here. Okay, so since we are testing things, I'm gonna say file name equal dir. I want the current directory of the backup. Okay, dot, I go up one level, then I go to the log folder, and I would make the file backup. Okay, dot txt, for example. Let's assume it is a text file. Okay, yeah, very straightforward. So this is the first step. Now let's see, what do we have to do. We have to loop on all the tables. Okay, so we need a way to loop on the tables, right? So I will create an array that holds the list of table names. So tables equals what? This is gonna be what? Let me go here. Let's go to the structure here. We have articles, sections, articles, menu, users, vars. We have sections, articles, menu, users, and vars, and these are the names of the tables. Okay, so all I have to do next is very simply loop over these and save it. So I will just say for I equals 0, I is more than count of tables, and then I would say I plus a plus. Okay, now let me check something here. Let me go and I will say here php.net. Yeah. Come on. Please, just work. Yeah. So now what should we do? We should search for appending text to file. Append iterator, open file. Okay, I think there's something file append, stream filter, IMP, a file types, file permission. Let me see, IMAP, okay. Append a strict message to a specified mailbox. Oh no, that's not it. File, let's have a look at file. File put content, let me see. File put content writes data to a file. This function is identical to fopen, fwrite, fclose successful to write data to file. A file name does not exist, the file is created, otherwise the file is overwritten, unless file append flag is set. Okay, so the first time we want to create a new file, we want to overwrite a previous one and create a new one. So I will go to file put contents here. So first, file put contents, I need to specify the file name. This is gonna be file name followed by the data. So the data will be what? Backup. Okay, and the flags, and what's this? Let's go to the flags. The path, the file, the data to the file can be either string, array, or stream. If the data is a stream resource, blah blah blah. You can also specify the data. Okay, the flags, file use, include path, file append. Okay, I think we could actually just, you know, /n. Yeah, this will write the word backup in the file. Next, we will go and put the following. Instead of this, we will add tables of I, right, dot concatenated with new line, but we want to indicate that we are appending. Okay, so this will append values. Okay, the file number exists, append data to the file instead of overwriting a return value. The function returns number of bytes returned, blah blah blah, or false on failure. This function may return boolean false, but it also return non-boolean, which is evaluates to false. Please read the section. Yeah. Okay. So file put content, whatever. So it's something like that. Okay. That's it. So we need to try this out, right? So in the administrator, I am going to add a button for backup. So we don't have much right now, but let us add that. So in the admin, we will add, let us go, let me find, yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, go here and we close it. Okay, so this is going to be processing backup. So backup, make sure administrator is logged in. If all is fine, oh, I need to include the new backup class, right? So go here, include backup.php, and go down to the method. There you go. Where is it? And all I have to do is do what? It is backup, perform backup, and db. And then I will just redirect to the home page of the administrator. And yeah, and that's it. I return to the main page. Now I need to go to the administrator page. Where is the administration page? The page is administration, and where's our friend? Where is our index article? Home. It's home. Sorry. So we have side menu, and we will add something here. This is gonna be backup. Perform backup. There you go. And now, if we go here, refresh the page, I click in here. Okay, nothing appears to be happening, but let's go to the log and you find backup.txt. You open this one, you find backup. Okay, so it's working, and we have section, article, menus, blah blah blah. So it's kind of working, but we can work on this and improve it, right? So we just wrote the names. We just wrote the names of the what? Of the tables, right? So here we need to go to the next step. Okay, so Yeah, let's go to this one now. um, I assume we don't have much data, so we can actually first write the name of what? Of the table. Next, get all the rows from the table. Oops. Yeah. So here I will say rows equal db arrow get data. What was the get rows, I think? Sorry. I forget things a lot. Let's go to dba. What was the method? Not open db, not commit, not rollback. Get rows. Yeah, it's get rows. That's it. So it's gonna be get rows, and this is gonna be select star from, and I need to specify the table name. So this is gonna be tables of I. There you go, and semicolon. So here what we did is basically we got all the rows. Now write the number of rows into the file. Okay, so let me organize the file a little bit. Okay, sorry, please just bear with me. And this is going to be file append followed by this one. Yeah. Okay, so here we are adding this one. Next we will write the number of rows. We can write the number right away, but I want to add some extra information. Okay, so here this is gonna be, I know it's stupid, but I want to be a little bit readable. Okay, so I'll just write this first rows or row count, and then on the next line I will just write count of rows. Yeah, this is it. So I save here. Now let's see if this works. I click, and basically there's a problem. Let's go to line 825. What's that? Undefined variable db in admin PHP 825. What did I do in line 825? What? Okay, so let's go to the admin 825. Yeah, I'm going back to home. That's fine. Oh, I did. Did I forget to open a connection to the database? Is that possible? Yes, obviously I did. Okay. So this is why I'm getting this error. Okay, awesome. Now let's go back and perform backup. Okay, now we have an error on line 17. Okay, let's go to the code. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let me close the others. close others. Okay, that's fine. So line 17, put content. Oh, my mistake. I removed the parameter file name. How stupid of me. Okay, there you go. I've got this one here. Yeah, now this is much better. Okay, let's go back. Let me click here. And counter too few arguments function to be get rows. Okay, where's the get rows? Get rows, this one. Yeah, certainly I forgot to specify the types of parameters, and there are no other parameters to be passed. Okay, so let's go back here. Press, and it worked now. Okay, so let's go to the backup file. We have backup. Sections, row count 3. Articles, row count 3. Menu, row count 3. Users, 2 rows. Oh, we have 2 rows for users. Interesting. And vars, we have 5 rows. Okay. Now, what do we do? Okay. Since we finished writing the number of rows, maybe we should write each row now independently, right? So, yeah, after writing the row count, loop over every row and write its content. So here I'm gonna say for j equals 0, and there is j smaller than count of what? Rows, and then we say j plus a plus. Okay, yeah. Pause this for a second. Okay, so now, sorry, it was just a bug. Anyway, so we are going to loop on every row and write it, right? So to do so, we have to loop over every property in that row. Okay, so I will just write the number of properties or fields. Okay, so R is equal to rows of j. That makes sense. Okay, so here now R will be holding all the fields in that specific row, and now I could write them. So I will write the number of columns and then each column with its value. So write number of columns. Awesome. Okay, so here this is gonna be column count. There you go. And count R. Okay, and yeah, and basically this need to be written just once, but you know, I would just want to do extra things here. Okay, let's go to the file itself. So you can see 4 columns, 4 columns, 4 columns. That's fine, but again, this is, you know, just to make the file readable. Okay, certainly this is not a great readable format or something that is very straightforward, but I want to show you how you could do something like this. It's not too complicated. So we wrote the number of columns, and now we will write them. Write each column. So for k, equals 0 and k smaller than the count of R and k plus plus. Okay, so okay, go here. Now, so I am going to write the following. R, oops, R of K, arrow, I think we could access this by keys if I'm not mistaken. I want to get the property name, right? So R of K, basically, and dot. This would get me the value, and the next one will get us what? Okay, give me a second, please. PHP accessing or getting the key of associative array. Array keys. Okay. It's array keys. Copy. Let's go array keys. Go here. Array keys array. Array keys set the keys, numeric and string. Okay, array. An array containing, let me see the example. They have 0, 100, color red. Array key, print array key, blah blah blah. The first one is 0, the second one is, yeah. Okay. Array keys, come on, okay. So this is gonna be array keys. I pass this one of K. This should be it. Yep. So now I will just go to the page, perform backup. Okay, so line 40, undefined array key 0. Give me a second, please. Line 40. Okay. So let's put a breakpoint in here. Let me see the value and see how can I get it. Okay. So let's refresh again. And okay, we got to here. So let me see what array keys of R is. At which, there you go. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3. Well, it should be working without a problem, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and count is what? What is count of R? Again, add watch 4, so it should be working. Undefined array key 0 on line 40. Yeah. What? Oh, I see. Sorry. Horrible mistake. Yeah, since we are trying to access the columns, we access them by keys, not by index. My mistake. So it should be like this. Yep. Sorry. Yeah. So let's refresh this again, and it worked. Let me show the file. So now we have full backup. We have sections 3. We have 4 columns. We have section ID 1, section name, trips, section description, this is it, and the status. Okay, and there's another column, and so on, right? Yeah, we can make this a little bit even more readable by, instead of using this one, we could, create something like tags or something like it. Now, the problem we have with this is if we have characters such as a new line or something like that, these could cause problems. So we might want to encode them in a way so that they appear as single lines instead of something that has enter and special characters. Okay, so I will just convert these to base 64. Yeah, it's not the best way, but um, okay. PHP, let me see, not here. I will say convert string to base 64, for example. Okay. Convert, wait, base 64 encode. There you go. So I will just say base 64 encode. Now I will open this one here and close it in here. Okay. Now, if you are wondering why I'm doing this, if we go down the path, you will find at some point where the articles are, you can see there's a new line in here, okay, and so on. So maybe even your text could contain these dashes, and this could cause a problem if we want to split things. This is why I am taking these contents or article content and converting them to base 64 to prevent such thing from happening. Okay, in the end it won't be readable. Okay, so anyway, I press back up again. Okay, so look at the information now. So now the values are base 64. Okay, all the values are base 64, and each value will only consist of a single line. So this is it. This is the backup. Okay. Now one other thing, you don't want your backup to be you don't want your backup to be the same file name. You want to have it a different date every time you run it. Okay, so we could actually improve things a little bit by adding, I think, the current date. So we could go say now date. Okay, let me see. Date string format, string format according to given format. Okay, so I think we could just say date. Let me see. Date, and this is gonna be DMY. Okay, so this is gonna be D-M-Y. So day, month here. Okay, so something like this. We save, and let's go to our code. I press perform backup, and now what do we get? You have backup 27 of January 2022. Okay, so we managed to add backup to our database. Okay, and I think that will be all for today, and tomorrow we will see how we could reverse the operation. You upload the file, and well, maybe we add a download for the backup first, and then we reverse the operation where we perform an upload and restore of the database. Okay, so that will be all for today. I hope you find this useful. Thank you, and bye bye.